I'm Dan from Dan Saunders Construction. I've been building for about 30 years since I left school. I've been a company director since 2002, and learning more about building has always been a prime focus about how I can get better at doing things. The super home movement came around in 2015, and we were probably the first builder to be a part of it, which was quite exciting. And from there, things have just evolved to where we are now, which is great. Yeah, so the super home standard is well above the current building code. Even though the current building code's been lifted a little bit, it's still not enough, and it's not a holistic approach. Where the super home movement has a holistic answer, the Base Better Best tool, which is really great. So it gives people options about how they can do better. We find that a lot more of our clients are more educated when they come to us, which is really good. The great thing about the super home movement is not only about the holistic approach to the construction of a home for people, it's about the networking that's available. So it doesn't take just the one or two people to build the home. It's a group of people that are collectively getting together, sharing their talents and their products around high performance products and systems and stuff. So it all comes together and works. So the different type of people that we work with are obviously all the trades that we need to finish the home. We have underfloor heating, balanced ventilation systems, high performance windows, wall systems, insulation. So like I say, it's not just a one-stop shop, it's a holistic approach to get things done. I think the end vision for the super home movement, and I know this is for me as well, is that the super home movement becomes redundant. The level of homes that are being currently built, or even the building code, although it has some good improvements, it's still not enough. So for us to be able to improve everything up to a level where it is at the base super home movement level would be great, and then the super home movement's not needed. There are plenty of tools out there available for clients and even builders or other subcontractors to gain knowledge on how to do better. Once you know how to do better, you do better, and that's the great thing. I know that's what I want anyway, is I don't want to be mediocre or just do the average. So that's what our business strives for, is to be better than we were yesterday. The houses that we build, each one should be better than the last one. Yeah, there's loads of information out there, and it's readily available either on the internet, of course, but even experienced people have knowledge just tucked away in their brain and happily to give it. I could talk the leg off a donkey just by once I get going. There are loads of tools out there within the super home movement. There's the experience that the people have within it, all the sub trades, as well as the super home design guide, as well as the upcoming renovation guide, which will have some great tips and tricks to be able to, so you don't have to hunt for things. The other good thing about what we do is we do it based on experience. We don't have to worry about, oh, will this work, won't this work? We've built the houses, we know how they perform. So we know that 50 mil is the minimum that you should put on a foundation. You can do some calculations and go, oh, what's the minimum amount we can put on there to save some money? But at the end of the day, it doesn't make the house any better. You just need to go full noise and get into it. Not only is there the need for new homes to be built better, well above code to your international standards, there's also the renovation area, which gets forgotten about, I think. We have recently, or ongoing, doing up our home. It's a 1974, or the base of the house is 1974, up on piles, brick veneer, no insulation, no vapor barriers in the walls. So we've just gone through methodically, and each room we've gone through and changed linings, insulated, vapor barriers, all things from the inside, ventilation systems or balanced ventilation systems. We've got a job coming up where the client is doing it in a piecemeal sort of way, just as he can afford it, and that's going to be room by room, and we're going to do each room, strip it back to its framing, insulate it, service cavities, air tightness layers, and all things being equal will end up being a balanced ventilation system put in as well, which is the most important thing, is to have warm, healthy air, because he's had some allergic reactions to either the carpet or just whatever's floating around up in the roof space, because there's vents that are open up in cupboards where the environment's coming in to get them. The good thing about renovations is you don't have to do the whole thing at once. You can just attack it systematically and room by room. So start with your bedrooms, get a feel for what you need in that room. You can strip the wall linings off, re-insulate if you have to, do surface cavities or vapor barriers, air tightness layers. Think about your end goal, which is most important, because people can have a one-track mind and go, I'm doing this room, not doing this, but not thinking about the whole picture, which is the most important thing. The great thing about doing what we do is we have a great deal of involvement with the whole project. So we have to know, as builders and main contractors, a little bit about everything. Ventilation, underfloor heating, windows, all that sort of stuff. So how they work together. So having that information and be able to present that to the client, regardless of getting in each particular contractor in to go through it with them, it's a benefit. Not only do we have Dan Saunders Construction, we have EcoPanel, which is a smaller company that provides prefabricated panels to the wider community as well. We've done lots of jobs across the country. Waiheke Island is the furthest north we've been. Got a job coming up in Queenstown. So the great thing about that is it feeds a system or part of the system to clients, and then when we can talk to them about prefabricated panels or high performance panels, we talk about the holistic approach to incorporating that with insulated foundations, balanced ventilation systems, obviously higher insulation, high performance windows, and all that sort of stuff as well. There's lots of products around, and SIPS being one of them. Now, SIPS, people can get a little bit confused or misunderstanding the word SIPS. Like SIPS broken down as an abbreviation of structural insulated panel, right? So you've got different types of panels. You've got the conventional, what people think is a SIPS panel, which could be EPS or polyurethane with OSB board or plywood on the outside, and that forms the structure in 1200mm wide panels, which are then put together on site. But if you look at the word structural insulated panel, you have thermomass concrete, which is concrete, which has also got an insulation layer in between. Again, structural insulated panel. You can have high performance stick frame panels, like say EcoPanel, for example. Again, that's structural because it's got plywood on the outside. It's insulated and it becomes in a panel. So I think people are just getting a little bit confused about what could be. Joining the Supahome movement's been great for business, not only because what I want to do is educate clients, help educate our staff, educate the subcontractors around us, but of course that is the end goal, is creating better homes and healthier homes for people to live in. That's the most important thing for me. Where we've gone is down a rabbit hole where there's lots of different solutions and products available across the board for everyone to learn about. So learning about that has been a great adventure for us. Another great thing about the Supahome movement is the tours, which happen annually, apart from just over that last little hiccup we had with COVID. Generates thousands of people through different types of homes by different designers, different builders. So it's an exceptional time for clients or potential clients, subcontractors, designers to go see through and learn what there is available around us. The good thing about EcoPanel is it offers an alternative solution to what people conventionally known as SIPS. Some people don't like EPS or polyurethane as an infill for their walls. So EcoPanel is good in the fact that it utilises an older methodology using stick framing, obviously with no bangs. Insulation layers go full height. It is a conventional solution to a now problem, which is being able to build quicker and more efficiently on site. I think one of the misconceptions there are with building a high performance home is the cost. But you've got to look at it again as a holistic approach. It may cost you more in the outset, like a balanced ventilation system or insulating your foundation, which has become more normal now anyway with the new H1 upgrades. High performance windows, all that sort of stuff. But if you break it down, it may cost you another couple of grand to insulate your foundation properly. Balanced ventilation systems could start anywhere from $3,000 upwards. Obviously, the more better quality you go, the more you pay. Windows, some of the imported windows from Europe are very cost comparative to the triple glazed European windows are more cost comparative than thermally broken aluminium ones, obviously all still fit for purpose. Better insulation doesn't cost a hell of a lot more, but then you add all that up, it might add, 20 to 30k onto the build. But what is your health worth? Your kids going to the doctor every 5 minutes because you're in your new code minimum home, you've got black mold forming on your walls. I mean, it's just not good, and it shouldn't be allowed. The government needs to do better. I think there's a misconception about the upfront cost of building new and including all these high performance systems into your new build. But what people have got to look at the end game, the overall cost savings in power bills, doctor's visits, or lack of, as the case may be, turns into money that you can put into your mortgage, which lowers your interest rate as you drop it down. But what is probably not talked about is the well-being, mental well-being. I'm sure if I was living in a mouldy, damp house, I'd be getting down and sort of my work would be affected and my lifestyle would be affected. So I think just where people can be educated on how to build better and include these systems and improve their well-being is one of the key most important things.